Good morning. Today I'm wish to discuss about the Regex. Regex is, I can tell you that it's a very, very important and very useful concept in computing, not only in Excel, VBA, but in everything. No matter you're writing Perl, you're writing VBA and Flutter, whatever it is. Now, oh yeah, Python is now very popular. Also, we need to know about the regex. Even in I use a lot the Emacs, the Lisp. It's also very very useful because it is. I think regex is. I learned it by myself and I did self-taught. Regex is. I think it's the greatest gift to myself in my life. In concerning regarding computing. Okay, now with me is the table about the some forex data that is available that can be downloaded from internet. Okay, and now suppose that I want to filter out some of the contents. Of course, you can use a very simple built-in filtering in Excel. But if you want some kind of more complex filtering, then I think it's better to use regex. Okay, now this is a very simple regex subroutine that I wrote years ago. Uh, yeah, a regex can do a lot of things, not only the text, but also can replace the string, or you can do many other things. Very useful. For this simple illustration, I just use the register test. I got a test a certain portion of the strings whether they have the pattern in it. Okay, with the a kind of option whether it ignore the case or not. Okay. Okay, now to come to the main part of the program, I call it currency selection or wherever you want. It better be a full name sometimes. I like to use abbreviation years ago, but I think full writing is better for readability because I really have a lot of hardship in understanding the code after many years because I'm not a professional programmer. I just an ordinary office worker, and only due to my work, I have a huge amount of work in Excel and Word. Then that's what I have to self-teaching myself the VBA to help my work. I don't have any subordinates. I do everything by myself, and it's impossible to do all the paperwork in the office just by myself alone. And the only subordinate that helping me is my computer. That's why I have to learn the VBA, and now I'm going to share with you all my experiences and also give me the chance to review them for all the code that I wrote over the years. Now, suppose that I want to highlight every line that with criteria, for example, euro with yen. Okay. Now you can see that for Canadian dollars, you can have Swiss franc. And suppose that I want only to see those items that are euro with yen. In regex, it's very simple. First of all, we start with the word euro and any character, no matter what kind of character, no matter how long it is, as long as it contain the word euro and yen, then I would collect them and would regard them at if the regex test is is there, that will return a boolean of true because I have the regex with the pattern, uh, and then we returned whether it is nothing or whether it's true or false. Okay. Of course, that is the basic statement for declaring a regex object. And if you want to declare that, you have to set the reference here. Okay. You have to set the Microsoft VB script regular expression 5.5 because this is so-called early binding. Otherwise, you declare an object will be late binding. Okay, the logic of the code that I start with A2, that be easier to see. I start with A2, the first item, and then I have a do loop here. Okay, the loop until the C is the blank. That means we move down one by one, and the key line here is set at C objects to be one row below, and we go to the loop here like this. Okay, and for each of the line, I will test whether it is containing the line euro or yen. If true, I will highlight it with yellow, but before that, I will debug and see it printed first. Okay, then I will test this code. No, that's too long. Maybe just run it. Okay, then we have all the lines here with euro and with yen. Okay, so the logic is okay. Then I can remove this line and show here. Okay, so if the regex test of the cell value is containing euro and yen, then I will have an entire row with the interior color equal to yellow. And then I'll go for the next one. Okay, and loop until it equals the end. And let's see. Okay, now I test it. I run it with F5, and we'll see whether it works. Yeah, you can see all the lines that was euro and sorry, all the lines with euro and yen are colored. Okay, that euro with pound now. Okay, so you can see that it's very very helpful for text manipulation. You can have any kind of combination. Okay, you can do some. You can set a criteria that exclude something, include something, and very very powerful. Of course, it is only a very simple regex condition. In fact, can write something very very strange with a lot of it's hard to read. I know because you can have some kind of conditions like this. Okay, that at the beginning of the line, like this at the end of the line, or you can have define a character 0 to 9, comma dot, and this mean anything that it may be difficult to read in the future, but nobody can ignore regex if you want to go deep into the logic of text manipulation and extraction. And it's particularly helpful in in when you extract something from the internet. Then you have a lot of codes that you want to exclude. For example, this kind of text that can exclude. And my usual way that it's not a tag when something. Okay, then we can extract it with bracket. Okay, until the text appear then I can accrue something. Uh, I can then accrue something before the tag. Okay, and that's very helpful. Okay, then that's the end of today's um, review of VBA and Excel tricks. And okay, see you next time.